Hi there, and welcome to this video on A-Level Chemistry for the AQA specification, focusing on the topic of periodicity and in particular on classification. Hi, I'm Manisha from StudyMind, where we help you to revise A-Level Chemistry with our helpful revision resources tailored to your subject, your specification, and to you. If you're new here, please make sure to click that subscribe button, and whilst you're watching, please leave any comments down below about anything you're unsure of. If it's your first time watching, make sure to let us know so we can send you our free revision resources. We also have helpful timestamps to guide you through the video. So, let's get started. Welcome to lesson 1 of 2 in this tutorial, covering classification. This is the first video in our series of 2 lessons on the topic of equilibria, Le Chatelier and Kc. In the last lesson, we learnt all about oxidation states and how to assign them. Now, we know how to work out the oxidation state for an element in a compound or an ion in a formula. Here are the key learning objectives for today's lesson. We will be looking at the periodic table. Here is the AQA specification point for today's lesson. We'll look at how to classify the elements within the periodic table. Let's have a quick recap of periods, groups, and proton number. Earlier, we learnt the definitions of a period and a group as applied to the periodic table. A period is one of the horizontal rows in the periodic table. All the elements in a period have the same number of electron shells, and therefore they have similar chemical properties. Now let's look at groups. A group is one of the vertical columns in the periodic table. The number of the group that the element is found in will tell you the number of outermost electrons that are found in the atom. For example, elements in group 3 will have 3 electrons in their outer shell. You should remember, though, that elements in group 0 have a full outer shell. Elements that we can find in the same group are also very similar. Now let's look at atomic number. This will determine exactly where we find the element within the periodic table. This is also called the atomic number. Now let's look at the atomic number and the mass number together. The mass number is the number of protons and neutrons, whilst the atomic number is simply the number of protons. This means we can find the number of neutrons by subtracting the atomic number from the mass number. Also, we should remember that the number of electrons is equivalent to the number of protons in the atom. We also looked at electron configuration earlier on, where we looked at the periodic table being split into different blocks. These blocks are S, D, and P. The periodic table is split into these 3 sections. Here, we can see it split up with the different blocks corresponding to the subshells. This allows you to identify which element is found in which block of the periodic table. It also tells us which electrons go into which subshells. Let's look at some chemical properties. The S block elements have an outer shell configuration of S1 or S2. The P block elements have an outer shell configuration of S2P1 to S2P6. The D block elements have an outer shell configuration between S2P6 3D1 all the way to 3D10. We've now covered the learning objective for today's lesson. Feel free to skip back through the video and re-watch anything you didn't understand. We've now completed Lesson 1, If you liked this video, make sure to catch our latest videos by subscribing down below and leaving a comment on a topic that you'd like to see a video on. Click here to watch more videos on our series of A-Level Chemistry, or visit our website studymind.co.uk for past paper compilations by topic and specification.